Hello and welcome to our physics project. We are physics numbers here today with our domino project. Okay, so today we will be making a computer using binary digits. Our computer will consist of 2 inputs and 2 outputs. We will be using dominoes in this experiment, and we will be using binary code where 1 means that the domino fell and the input or output is activated, and 0 means that the domino did not fall and that the input or the output was not activated.
In this experiment, the dominoes that make up the computer represent electrons in a circuit. So as each domino falls over and pushes another domino, it's like when electrons in a circuit are being pushed by the voltage onto another electron. To add 2 numbers together, in a computer at least, you would use binary code. So we have 3 examples here. The first 2, 33 plus 26 and 25 plus 36, come out to pretty nice numbers, 59 and 61. You then transfer them into binary code, so we have 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, and 1. You would then see how many of each number is in. So for 33, for example, we have 1 set of 32, no 16s, no 8s, no 4s, no 2s, and a single 1, because 132 plus 1, 1 is 32 plus 1, which is 33. You do the same for 26. Then you add the numbers. 1 plus 0 is 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, and 1 plus 0 is 1. Then when you transfer that over, it's just 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 2 plus 1, which is 59, and our answer. The same thing with 25 plus 36 out to 61. You put it into binary code, add up the 2 numbers, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. Put that in, 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 1 is 61. Now it gets a little bit tricky when you have 2, because binary code only works in 1s and 0s. So for example, 49 plus 42 is 91. When you put that in, 49 is 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. 42 is 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Now when you add it up, on the other side we have 1 plus 1 is 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 0, and then for 32, we have 1 plus 1, which is 2. But because we don't have a 2, the 2 is represented as 10. So you write the 0, and then you carry the 1 over. So instead of having just 6 1s or 0s, now our 1 pulls out and we have 7, and the 1 is 64. So we turn over, and it's 64 plus 16 plus 8 plus 2 plus 1, which is 91. So in a computer, when you put in the 2 numbers, what the computer is actually doing is taking the 2 numbers, translating them into binary code, then adding the binary code and translating that binary code back into a regular number, as you can see in our 3 examples here.
Okay, so this is input 1, this is input 2, this is output 1, and this is output 2. So we're starting off with the input 1 being at 0 and output or input 2 being at 0 as well. So since both of them are not being knocked over, you can see that none of the outputs, both output 1 and output 2, are not being knocked over either. So it's 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, this is output 1, this is output 2, this is input 1, this is input 2, and we're gonna do input 1 only, okay? Okay, so I'm just going to explain where the outputs are one more time. This is output 1, this is output 2, this is input 1, and this is input 2. This time what we're going to do is we're going to knock over input 2, and what you'll see is that this will basically knock over output 2, but it won't knock over output 1. And so here we go. Yes! Yes! Okay, so now we're gonna start, or now in this one, we're gonna try knocking over both inputs. So this is input 1, this is input 2, this is output 1, and this is output 2. And we're gonna knock over both input 1 and input 2. So in binary code, that would be both 1s. And in this case, what's supposed to happen is output 2 is not supposed to be knocked over. So it'll be a 0, and an output 1 will have a 1. Okay, ready?
So here's the logic table for our domino computer. Basically, we have our input 1, our input 2, our output 1, our output 2. As you saw in the video, when we didn't have any of the inputs pushed, that was a 0 and a 0, our outputs didn't fall over, they were 0 and a 0. When we pushed input 1 only or input 2 only input 2, output 2 came out. When we pushed down both input 1 and input 2, only output 1 went out.
We faced many challenges in this project. Whenever we tried setting up the dominoes, we always knocked over 1 or 2, and then we had to start all over. Also, when it came to the 2 inputs, it was really difficult to set it up, and it took us multiple tries. Overall, the process was long and difficult because we kept on knocking over the wrong domino, or we weren't able to set it up correctly in which the right domino actually fell. So it took us multiple tries, but we were able to succeed in the end.
So in conclusion, we discovered how a computer adds 2 digits together using binary code. We represented this process using dominoes with 2 inputs and 2 outputs. We found out that when only one input is knocked down, then one output also gets knocked down. But when both inputs are knocked down, then a second output is knocked down. Overall, we learned the process of converting digits to binary code, how those binary codes add and get converted back to regular digits, and how electric circuits relate to the process of both computer addition and inputs and outputs.
Setting up. This is the setup of take 15.
I freaking hate this thing.
Ren is hard at work.